Yo, we're live. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I kind of want to level up, so I might just do some Abyss. But I also bought a bunch of what are they called? The blood-filled vessels for exiles. I was running those a little bit yesterday. I was also testing the magic find thing a little bit with it. Um, I really think it's working. Some people are saying it doesn't. I got a little bit of pushback on that video. I cannot confirm 100% that it does, but like I just killed this tier 17 here. She dropped 8 uniques. I don't know who this would be. Maybe there's a guy there, but this whole map is just littered in uniques. I dropped an Aegis Aurora in the beginning. I got a Witchbane. And then there's just like fucking uniques everywhere. And I ran the Titanic Exiles yesterday, which is a lot more consistent with uniques dropping. Unique. Um, was the Aegis Aurora I just found in chat there. Somebody bought it already. Yeah, a couple more uniques here. I mean, the whole map is just covered in them. Um, unique. It really seems to me like it's working. But I did the Titanic Exiles yesterday, like I was saying, and that's a little more consistent with uniques. Like every exile drops, X amount of uniques depending on how much rarity you have. And to test it out, I took off the mercenary's gloves so that his rarity wouldn't have any effect. And then I ran a quartz flask with an item rarity flask. And it was like the exact same uniques. I had 200% when I tested with my rarity flask and item rarity gem. It was about 200%, and he has about 240. And it was like legit the same thing. And I took mine off, and I just dropping way less unique. So I can't confirm it. I can't say 100% for sure, but I will say it really seems to me like it's working. Um, but a lot of people have tested it and they said it didn't. But I think they might just be running range characters. Like I couldn't find the range, but if you take a look, like let's say Gravebind is this right here. It's listed as nearby, which doesn't. It can be like a pretty large range even when it says nearby, but I think the Gravebind ones are pretty small. So let's say you're using this, something like this, where that's the Gravebind range, and you're using a ranged mercenary, and your mercenary is constantly over here while you're killing a rare on top of you. They're never going to get the magic find. I think the reason I'm having success with it is because I'm using a melee mercenary. Uh, would be my guess, because I don't know. To me, it seems like it's working for sure, but some other people are saying it doesn't. I could be wrong, but I'm not taking it off. Doing some testing here. Um, Attentive map is what I just got. I'm just kind of doing map by map tests here. I'm doing a couple of things. I've started to try to roll only accept maps that have both scarab and currency over 100%. Um, and they're kind of tough to roll, to be honest. They're pretty damn tough to roll. You're looking at about 100 to 150 chaos per map. I put the regex for the currency and scarabs into the details of this if you want it, but probably just gonna mess around with this for a bit, do some testing, see what it's looking like. It seems like if I roll that, I'm looking at about 6 divines if I don't use any scarab chisels. In that one that I did just there, I did use scarab chisels, and that came out to 10 divine. And so, cost investment, what is it, like 40 or 50 C for a tier 17 right now? And then whatever the scarabs are. I think these are up to like 5 chaos each, so 10 more chaos. These are probably free, 1 chaos each, and a few chaos. So, I don't know, we'll call it 15 chaos, I guess. It's a little more than that, but 15 chaos plus chisels, about 100 chaos for scarab chisels, I think. I haven't bought any. I just bought bulk a while ago, and I still have them. 30 each. That's a little spendy. Um, and then I'll say on average about 100 chaos. So we'll just call it like 2 divine a map to get 10 back. So 8 divine a map. You can run. That was probably a pretty good map, but 6 times 8, I can usually finish them about 10 minutes each. So if you run really good maps, 48 divines an hour, and if your maps are somewhat more average, maybe you're probably in the 35 to 50 range, I would think, using chisels and rolling double. Um, did I do that right? Did I do that with the takeout? 6 times 8. Yeah, okay. It's probably around 35 to 50 divine an hour, I would say. I'll do another one with chisels here. Just kind of checking consistency. See what it's looking like. I haven't really got anything else going on tonight. Pretty beat from work, so probably not going to do anything too crazy as far as exploration goes. I was trying Titanic Exiles a bunch yesterday, and eh, it's okay. It still is good. It's actually still pretty damn good. The problem is the blood-filled vessels to get 3 exiles into the rituals is like 2 divine each. So you need pretty heavy returns on your maps in order to pay it off, and I wasn't really seeing that consistently. But Titanic Exiles is really sporadic, so when the mirror of the Mage Blood drops, it'll feel a lot better. I just don't know. I don't like losing currency every map waiting for that. I'm not usually a big fan of those types of strategies. Yo, it's been a while since I've watched you live. Welcome in, brother. Just kind of chilling, getting some numbers on Abyss. Testing in 16.5. I was looking at around 25, 30 divine an hour, but I think this new way I'm doing it is looking a lot better, like 35, maybe 50 on the really high end, but I think that's probably being pretty generous. Yeah, I'm just trying to roll up both currency, and I won't run a map unless it's at least 100% currency and scarabs together. I don't like running on Fortress. It feels like it just takes way too long compared to the other maps. A lot more backtracking, it kind of seems like. Yeah, mostly I wanted to know if these chisels were still worth it to run, because they're pretty expensive, right? Like 120 chaos per map to add the scarab chisel. Pretty steep, but I think it is worth it from what I'm seeing. Like, it feels like I get a containment almost every time. Every other time, maybe. When you roll like 140% plus. For whatever reason, when I'm rolling the currency scarabs together, and only accepting those, when I finally hit one with the regex, it really seems like it's a very high roll on one or the other as well. Like it'll be 140% plus scarabs, or like 180% currency. There was really strong maps, but they do take a while to hit and take a lot of chaos. Just wondering why I filled up my inventory so fast there. Still on first character. Farming stuff for a second character, but I have no idea which one is best. What are you playing right now? I was thinking about another character too. The only problem is like everything I try, I'm trying everything I possibly can to find something that beats this, and there just is nothing. And I think this is probably the best build in the game for this, simply because you can just loot while you go, while your specters kill everything. It can run every single tier 17 mod. It can run every single map mod. You can click every altar if you overcap resists. Like, kind of tough to beat. Playing 300 div for it. Oh, you're playing Volcanic Fissure right now. I don't know too much about Volcanic Fissure, but I did play Penance Brand quite a bit on both Inquisitor and Trickster. I think the only reason you go Inquisitor is for the Elemental Pen, which you don't need this league, right? Because of Doriani's. So Trickster is a hell of a lot more tanky. The only downside to Trickster, and the thing that was kind of annoying with it, is like one of the coolest parts about Inquisitor is the big AoE you get for clear. And it's really hard to go from the Trickster side of the tree and wrap all the way around to the Penance Brand stuff that you need, as well as get down to the Unnatural Instinct for all the AoE down here. So like the AoE is really hard to come by on Trickster, which makes it kind of feel bad on Penance Brand for clear. But it does still have absolutely insane single target damage. It's really good for Titanic Blight. It's really good for Titanic Exiles. Really good for tier 17 bossing and all bossing. But its clear is just a lot worse than Inquisitor in my experience. Can it run Reflect? Yes, it can run Reflect. I was testing. So the only thing I was worried about. So on this Pantheon here, you and your minions can take 50% reduced reflected damage, and then on my chest, the implicit I took was 50% reduced damage. And so the only thing I was worried about is the mercenary dying, which I can still run the map even if the mercenary dies. It just doesn't feel as good, obviously, because I lose all the LD pen. Um, but I've run like 5 Fizz Reflex and he doesn't die. So this guy's kind of a beast. The biggest thing I found on the mercenaries to keep him alive, I made a video about it. If you didn't see it, I just run Leech. So if you're running the Spellcaster one, you just get the Leech implicit, Corruption implicit, and then get Leech on the gloves, and then Leech on the Anoint. On this guy, I just gave him Hematology for 100% increased total Leech, as well as some big Fizz DPS weapons with Leech on them. That's all I was going for. And it's pretty much enough just to keep him up, even through Reflect, it seems. He might die on a Reflect map eventually, I'm not sure, but so far he hasn't. So, as of right now, the build can literally run every tier 17 mod. The only one that's like really troublesome is when you get the minions have 50% reduced movement, cast, and attack speed because it gets scaled up to 90% by the explicit effect, which is just kind of painful, but I can still clear the maps. It just kind of sucks. But I see that one very, very rarely. We got on here 95% monster life, reflect, increased monster speed. See, every time, maybe I'm crazy, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 uniques. The other boss had 8, and I have absolutely 0 magic find. That seems like a lot, right? To have 0 magic find and drop 7 to 8 uniques per tier 17 boss. I really fucking think the magic find's working. I think the people that tried it, they just weren't. They were using a ranged one that was out of range of the grade vines. I think you need to use melee if you're going to put MF on your mercenary. Unless maybe I'm misremembering something, but to me it seems like it's working. It seems like more unique than I normally see with 0 MF. It's just such a hard thing to calculate. Not calculate, but like a hard thing to confirm. How much do I need to save up for the setup to be comfortably run this strat on this build here? Um, to comfortably run it, I think Mage Blood is like what I would consider comfortable for me personally. But I was running this like day 2 or 3 on probably 20, 30 divines, something like that. Most of my early currency went to getting the +1 specters onto a Twilight Regalia. This 8 like 60 divine like really early into the league. I would have had a Mage Blood probably day 2 or maybe 3 if it wasn't for that, but I just knew this was going to get really expensive the longer I waited, so I did it sooner rather than later. But you really don't need this. I would just get a big ES chest without the +1 specter if I was on a budget and save up for Mage Blood. I don't know. The whole thing is easier because you have access to the mercenary now, so you just throw this guy on and get some minus lightning resist rings, get a Wraith Lord, and like maybe a +1 all skills ring with like a good minion wand. It's not even this good. I mean, for 300 divines, you could certainly put this entire thing together and have it be like a monster, for sure, including a Mage Blood. Like I'd buy a Mage Blood and then like a good minion wand, some halfway decent clusters, or I'm sorry, Ghastly Eyes and Wraithlord, and then you're chilling. Like you're gonna be a monster with that and be able to run Risk Abyss, no problem. I really need to just take the time and put together a guide on this. I hadn't done it before. There's a very specific reason I hadn't done it previous leagues, even though like I've been playing this for a while and I've done a ton of different variations on it. Uh, but this amulet was always really really tough to find early league for like the first week or two, and it kind of sucks to transfer over to Wretched Defilers without this. And so I didn't want to make a build guide and have a bunch of people try it and then not be able to get that amulet and just be stuck on Forged Frostbearers. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why'd you make this guide? I can't get the amulet. Like, I just didn't want any of that in my life. Um, but now with the mercenary, you don't really need that. I mean, it's nice to have it still, but it's not required. And then also the implicit, like having a good implicit with it is not really needed, especially so. Basically, what I'm saying is all you need is Doriani's and some minus lightning res rings, and then you're pretty much gaming. It's like really all you need. You'll be able to farm most things in the game with just that and the Wraith Lord. Instead of Fractured Chest, I live searched the +1 Spectre on a good ES base with T1 flat percent, crafted the missing mod, and Eldritch crafted the suffixes. Yeah, you could definitely do that. I mean, there's definitely a handful of ways to get the +1 Spectre on chest and have it be a decent chest. I just know how to pull it for like to guarantee moving +1 Spectre to Twilight Regalia. And early league, I was picking up the +1 Spectre chest for like 40 chaos each. I was picking up non-split 27% bases for I think they were a divine each, so it was just like stupid cheap, which is why I did it as early as I did. But it ended up still costing me a lot of currency, unfortunately. I mean, it is a lot of power. It's like a 10% multiplier on your damage, so it's definitely worth getting. But if you're just trying to get into the build and just starting out, everyone's budget's going to be a little bit different. I definitely think leaving something like a +1 Spectre chest on active search, you can probably find some pretty badass chests without having to do too much crafting. Just doing some Eldritch crafting like you're talking about. That didn't feel quite as good. Let's say, damn, this is a monster. I think I scarab chiseled this. I'm pretty sure I did. So the last one is 10. Where did my Wealthy Exile go? Maybe I just closed it. Oh no, never mind. I pulled it onto my main screen. 8. So this is only 6 in profit. I think that's probably going to be pretty common. Rolling your maps as strict is probably around 6 to 8 in profit, I think. Which is pretty good for 10, 12-minute maps. You can get them a little shorter than that too, but Night Grip, garbage. I do think Fortress is yeah, it's like my least favorite one to run, just for the time it takes. It takes forever to clear the hordes out, and especially with Yoke not really being worth much anymore, and it having some of the I think it's got the worst fragments, right? Or at least one of them. It's got close to some of the worst fragments. All right, what do we got here? This is a regular quality. All right. And the rest, it's another regular quality. Yeah, so far I still think the Scared Chisels are better. I mean, I'll know for sure a little bit more after this. Um, I don't really think these are all that worth doing, honestly. I kind of just want to cruise through this. Well, it doesn't matter. I'd brick this even if I was trying. I guess I started completely south. Jesus. Mm, it just reveals. Oh, that's a reveal too. That's fine. I haven't really seen these pay off at all with the strategy yet. I mean, I usually run them a little bit better than that, but it's fine. It's all in the hordes. Yeah, the difference is insane when you don't run the scarab chisel. I mean, yeah, maybe I was judging that a little early, but 268% more scarabs. Maybe a little lucky. I'm seeing so many uniques, dude. I'm not buying it, dude. I think the rarity's working. Like I'm almost certain at this point. Especially after the Exile test I did yesterday off stream. That was from one map? Yeah, that was one map. First one I did when I started this was about 10 divines. Second one is 8. I'm spending about a divine to roll them. About 100 chaos to roll them, give or take. And then that one was also chiseled for another 120 chaos, so a little bit of investment, but not that insane. Edifice shot up to 20 right after, probably coming back down. Uh, what after Fubgun talked about it? Yeah, I'm not too worried about what he's doing. He was a little late to the party, and I think I didn't see his video yet. I saw the thumbnail, but I thought he said he was running on 8 mods, wasn't he? I'll have to watch it and see, but I thought I remembered something seeing 8 mods when I looked at it for a second. But the problem is he's playing Penance Brand too. Like, I think this build just naturally makes more because you can loot while you go. Lost the Spectre. Whereas I think he has to like he chases it down, pops all the stuff, and then comes back and loots, which eats up quite a few minutes by the end of it. Got any wisp strat? Any strat with wisp yet? Yeah. I don't know how good it is yet, but I was messing around with Titanic Exiles and the ritual blood-filled vessels yesterday, and I see potential there, but I need to figure out what scarabs I want to use. Um, I was definitely dropping like 1 to 2 divines per map. It's pretty good, and shit tons of uniques. But it costs if you want 3 giant exiles in your blood-filled vessel, it costs 2 divine, and if you want 2, it costs like a third of a divine. Um, so I think you'd either want to go really really fast using 2, or I guess 3. I don't know. 3 just doesn't seem like the price is there. Doesn't seem like it's worth it. But I need to explore more with it. I don't really know. I haven't lost a Spectre in a while. I wonder what happened there. Yeah, I'll definitely mess around a bit more. I've been trying to level a little bit, so Titanic Exiles is like an anti-leveling mechanic. So I'm not doing it anymore, but I don't know. It didn't seem like it was beating out didn't seem like it was beating out this, that's for sure. Like even when you eventually hit like a Mage Blood or Mirror, I don't know if it wins. The Mirror will take way too long for it to happen, like on average. So I don't know. It'd have to pay like at least 15, 20 divine an hour, like without all that, in order for it to average out and be okay. This is way better farm per hour. I haven't found anything better than this. So far, I think it's sitting around 35 to like 50 being like 50s being like really generous, so I don't think you'll average that very often. I think like 35 to 45 is probably more fair if you can clear the maps in 10 minutes. Boris T17. I haven't tried it yet. Um, Seems fine. Seems. I think I will try it at some point. I just don't think it's as good as this, based on everything I've seen. But it does look fun. My build would definitely be able to cruise through it. Any mods that brick you? No, not really. They're the minion cast speed and attack speed makes the maps pretty painful, and I probably wouldn't go for the boss on that map, on a tier 17 boss at least. But that's about it. And I think I've seen it like twice the whole league from the Risk Scarab, so it's pretty uncommon. And then like your general mods are tough, right? Like if I roll negative 20 max res and then Fizz is 300% extra Ellie, then I'll have to play a little safer, but still doable. I've ran a few Fizz Reflect maps. The mercenary hasn't died yet, so I think he's good to go there, which is kind of surprising to be honest. I think he does a lot of totem damage and not so much hitting himself. So I think that's probably why he's not dying that much to that. Build is very cheap to get going overall. Yeah, a lot of people ask like how much to spend, how much do I need to get it going and have it be strong, and it's like, I don't know, dude, I league started it with absolutely nothing, so it's not that hard. Obviously the more you invest, the better it gets, just like any build, but as far as like power level goes, this hits a high power level so much faster than anything else. Like the amount of power you get for like a mirror, like 300 divines, is insane. Not even really that, honestly. I'm just including the mage blood at that. Like, but even pre-mage blood, the power is insane. Mage blood just gives you absurd defenses through ailment immunity and armor and some other shit. This is a guy that's bugged, right? Yeah. This boss is a little annoying to fight on this build because they don't like to fucking target. They like to target people that are already dead. 182% monster life. Feels like there's more here though. Is that it? Yeah, the mercenary goes all over the place onto all the dead guys already. So your Dorianis isn't hitting a lot of this stuff. And then these guys just shoot like everything except the guy you want them to. I should run a Predator or something, but I'm not. think I lost my totem too, which sucks. I think this boss is just terrible, dude. I hate this boss. I did lose my totem. I lose him a lot on this boss. I think it's Dodre shotgunning him. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't even know if it's really worth the time. It's certainly not worth it if I'm gonna lose the totem every time. He's just annoying to get back. I think maybe I'll treat it as like early Ziggurat and just only do it if there's not, 200% extra life or whatever. Because losing the totem is rough. You can definitely play without it, but it's your Wrathwar and it's also lightning damage is lucky, which is like massive for lightning builds, obviously. And having to buy a bunch of them is kind of annoying. All right, what was this one? Dun, dun, dun. This one definitely felt a little lighter, but I didn't chisel this one. Okay. So I'm counting about 100 chaos to roll these. So including scarabs in the map is sitting around probably five div profit on that one. So far I'm ranging around 5 to 8, and I'm thinking that the scarab is worth it more and more, or the scarab chisel is worth it more and more as I do this. Do another chisel one. What map is this? Abomination. I have so many abominations from Canyon. I wish you could Orber Horizons T17s, dude. That'd be sick. Would the scarab chisels be worth without the risk scarabs? Um, Maybe. I think so. I mean, because all the risk scarab is really doing is you're just like kind of crossing your fingers that it hits currency or scarabs, which it often does, and then it also gives you more um, quantity as well. But yeah, I mean I think so. But I also think that you should just be running the risk scarabs. Like running this without risk versus with risk is like the indifference is insane. Because like the worst part about this is just the time it takes to clear a map. So ideally, the more you can, it's like it's gonna be 10 minutes regardless. So you might as well get twice the loot by using the risk scarabs. I kind of have the same feeling about the chisels so far. Yo, Jay, how you been? How's the league going? It's been going good, dude. It's been going really good. Build's pretty much other than getting like a bigger minion damage wand, I don't really know what else I want for it. I'm kind of at the point where I want to start thinking about another build, but all the farms are really easy for Wretched Defilers, so I don't really know what else I'd want to play. Other than something fun, like might do like another Spark Explode build or something like that. That was pretty cool. But the one I made was paper thin because it was just designed for opening boxes and Freshia. But it's still a crazy fun build that I might try and remake. Ooh, 44 down the drain. Yeah, dude. I don't lose them often, but when I do, I actually don't really care how much he costs. It's more I just don't like trading in this game at all. Whatever I can do to minimize trading, man. Oh, uh-oh. That sucks. Looked over for half a second. I don't even know what hit me. Oh, he's level 98 though. I think time to put these back in. Wait, how did I die to just like nothing? Is this a reduced defenses? 66-16. Oh, it is reduced less defenses. Damn, those are brutal, bro. Go from being able to tank anything to having to like kind of watch your step a little bit. Finally got the stream live. Started accruing a couple items to try this build out. Managed to snipe a good timeless jewel last night. There you go. Yeah, there's lots of good ones. The triple minion damage are really rare. I think there's only two that I know of. The one I got initially that you have to go all the way over here for, and then you can pick up three there, but it's a lot of points. And then this one here is like the best one that you can get as far as minion damage goes. But I know there's another really good one over here that you can use with the Ghost Dance. I've used one over there before. There's a really strong, well, there's a few strong ones over here. These might actually be the strongest ones, but again, you got a path all the way down, so it's a little rough on the points. But this one you can't, I don't know. The Light of the Meaning is too strong over here, but there are some really good ones over here as well. But you just eat too many good passives over there. And the Lighting of the Meaning is really strong over there as well. It's also the big problem I have with Ghazi's version is he always uses that 50% timeless jewel, and you can't use the minion damage one if you use that, or any energy shield. Which on a normal league you can kind of make up for it because he's able to run the replica Dragon's Flight, which kind of makes up for that minion damage a little bit. But on this league, going that version is definitely not the move. Yeah, so you went for the Spectres build again. Looks great. Even better here because there's no Exiles like content. I know. Yeah. Well, so it did really well. It does really well in normal Exile content. It was just struggling doing like the Fub Gun fucking 140% pack size Titanic a legend. Like, really, there's only 2 or 3 builds in the game that were doing that, though, I think. And my character was tanky enough. I didn't ever really die to it. It was just the Spectres, man. I couldn't. Every, like, third map, one would die, or the fucking totem would die, and I'd have to buy another one. Yeah, that was some kind of insane content there. I think it was the chain. One of the exiles chains, and I think he just obliterates the specters they were scaled up, 240% or whatever the hell they were from that strat in Freshia. But yeah, this league, they can't be stopped, man. They're crushing it. Was this from the same map? Uh-oh. I think it was. If not, then this test is bricked, but I think that was from the same map, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed Hyper for Mids. A lot of people seem to be taking interest in it. Dude, I've been talking about this shit since like 3.25, man. I think some Asian people saw it because it seems to be pretty big on the Asian community from what I've seen. Every day I get like 3 different people uh message me that are definitely English second language, and they always have Asian characters in their names. I assume Chinese, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Korean. But they seem to love it. But everyone I know that's tried it, it's like it's one of their favorite builds. I would say it's even better than the Syndicate operatives back in the day, which is where I started my minion journey back when those were OP. So mega to see you streaming. Mob thought is gross. A bomb though gross. Yeah, I don't want to run it either, but I will say it feels nice for the it feels nice for the abyss. The boss is horrific, but unfortunately the tier 16.5s that I run, this is what they drop. And anyone who watches me for more than 30 minutes knows that I absolutely hate trading. So this is what I got. This is what I got. Since you don't have any build guide for this, do you know anyone who has a guide for this kind of build? I mean, I don't necessarily have a build guide, but I have tons of POBs listed in the previous streams. Especially like my League Start streams, I had a bunch of just like kind of rough around the edges POBs that I had thought would work, and I basically followed them and they worked great. I posted the one that I cleared tier 17 after 18 hours played time. I posted that one. Um, I mean, what part of the build are you struggling with? Basically, all you're trying to do is get Doriani's and then reduce your mercenary's lightning resist, right? And that gets you all your penetration and an insane amount of free damage. And then aside from that, it's just pretty much the end game version of what I have, right? Like, um, your Watcher's Eye will get you your crit immunity. Your Storm Shroud will get you your ailment immunity. Big damage on the clusters. That's all those really are. Like you just kind of sort of work towards each piece as you see it. Yeah. But if there's any like interaction with what's going on that you're not sure how you could do for cheaper, or you just flat out don't understand, like I'd happily answer any questions about it. But pretty much everything that you see on the character can be done for just like a worse version, right? Like don't do +1 specters on the chest, or do a +1 specters chest, but just get a weaker chest. The rings, the rings are the same way I made the reflected uh, these ones here that I posted in that video. It's the same way I made these. Like I just rolled for tier 1 isolated, minion damage, attack speed, and then on this one I did dexterity, and then on this one I did a T1 resist, and then I just recombed them together until I had a 3 affix, and then I just exalt slammed. Those are basically free to make. Just put bone rings on your loot filter, and before 5 maps are up, you'll have a whole tab full. Did you fracture that yourself? Yeah, I'll show it one more time. Hold on, I think I have it in my notes here. For any of the crafting savvy people, this here is how you do it. Just take a screenshot of that real quick. This is talking about the incursion mod, um, which is the suffix. So you just flip this around. Wherever it says, like if it says fill suffixes, then instead you fill prefixes or whatever it says. Just do the opposite of what it says, and it's a 100% chance to. At least I think it's a 100% chance. I haven't seen it miss yet, um, but it should be a 100% chance for your specters to transfer over, and then a 50% chance for your base to take. So all in all, it's a 50% chance. So it's not too bad to get it on the Twilight Regalia. And then from there, you just hit your 1 and 4 fracture. It's actually a little cheaper now than it was when I was doing it. The Black Morgans were 4 divine each, so like splitting the bases down was really bad. I was buying bases that already had full suffixes and an empty 2 empty prefixes with just the raised specter and the prefix. Saw a ritual video that I'm working on tweaking with risk to make insane. Happy to share if you want. Yeah, let's hear it, dude. I'm always open for new strats. I usually do a lot of testing for the strats that I like the new strats that I try off stream, because most of them fail. But then once I find a good one, I'll usually stream it like immediately. Not usually one to hold them back. However, I did a ton of testing. It was either Saturday or Sunday. I tried like every possible strat I could think of, and I found some that were okay, like 20, 25 divine an hour. My favorite one that I found was honestly just cheap scarab. Um, like it turns out, if you just run 16.5s with what is it, 3 ambush, a potency, and a discernment, and if you just like cruise through that really fast with 13 boxes, it's like 20 divine an hour, and that's excluding good card drops. So if you find a good card, which I did, I ended up finding a Brother's Gift or whatever the 5 divine one was. So for me, it was like, I don't know, 32 divine an hour or something like that. But if you don't find a good card, then it's like 20 divine an hour. But any of you guys that have opened Strongbox long enough know that running for a while and you'll find a good card. So for me, just like a blasty fast strat like that, I really enjoyed that one. And that was probably the second best that I found. Honestly, it felt better than running containment, with the exception of having to maintain your map surplus. That was a little annoying because your maps are so fast. Really? Only 6.8 on this? Maybe didn't count the ones I just put in. That was really low. I guess so. Alright. A little unlucky on that one, I think. I didn't get any divines or really any other. I didn't get Valdos or anything. The currency didn't pay off on that one too well. Scarabs look good though. So what I had 10, I had 8. That one was almost 7. Yeah, I really like this so far. Again, the regex is in the details, but I've switched mine up now, um, to only accept both a currency and a scarab roll over 100%. Like I won't see anything else other than that. This is the regex I made for it. Where did we go here? Yeah. And so far, it looks like this. I think I labeled it in the details. But rolling the maps is kind of a bitch. Like you want to get a bunch of excess ones because you need to do like, something like that, because it takes about 100 chaos to hit each one. It's a lot. But so far they've been paying a lot more. So yeah, I would get a bulk of them, but on average, it's looking like about 100 per, maybe 120. But I seem to see probably 2 more divines out of each map, maybe even 3 on some. It's another chiseled one, and then I really think scarab chisels are just the move. I think they're still paying themselves off. Speaking of the +1 Spectre, did you fracture yourself? Yeah. Awesome. Thanks. I saw those notes in previous VOD, but didn't know if it applied to the body armor craft. Yeah, it's I was showing it in a previous one. That's exactly what it was for. It should apply to any incursion mod. It should apply to any delve mod. Um, just like I said, make sure that you flip it around if the incursion or delve mod is a prefix. Don't follow to a T what that notepad says. Do the opposite. I wish I could. People are saying that the 8 mod version of this is insane, and dude, I was trying to figure out what they were talking about, but I just don't understand how they're farming 2 to 3 memory maps per tier 17. But apparently, when you hit the 8 mod on it, it can only roll tier 17 mods, which sounds absolutely insane. Um, like I understand the appeal, but I don't know the time that you spend in the tier 17 getting those maps. I just can't see it leveling out to be better, but I also don't completely understand how they're doing it, so it's something I need to work on, I guess. Figure it out. I was trying to do some of it yesterday. I just wasn't getting enough maps for the time it took. Normally play minions every league, maybe 2 leagues I haven't. Of course, this league I didn't. Sad monkey face. Funny is I normally don't play minions. I'm actually not a huge minion fan. Well, I am. I love minions. They just always suck. Their map clear is always really really bad, and I'm somebody who likes a lot of fast mapping, um, which I feel like they really haven't had a build for a long time that could do that until this. But once I found this, I'll probably I don't know if actually I don't know if I will play it again. I've kind of played this out. I played it 3.25 when I made it, and then I played it Necro League and Freshie League, and then now this league I am kind of getting a little burnt out. We'll see. A part of me feels like I need to play it until they nerf it, just because it's so damn good. Still making a killing on these rings, dude. I sold one, a life one yesterday for 30 divine that had a higher roll than this. Same way I crafted the other one, just hit a high res, hit another high res, and slam it together with a life, and then reflect. And even when you miss, you make your money back, like 5-day divine. And then if you hit, it's like 25 plus. I sell those rings like usually pretty quick. The higher the price, it takes a little longer, but selling them from anywhere from 5 to 30 and everything in between, 15, 20, just depends on what I hit, I guess, but been pretty good consistent cash for the time they take to do if you're just constantly picking up some rings off your filter. Love minions so fun. This league they're so good. Yeah, I mean they've been pretty good every league to be honest. I think people are just now finally catching on to this build. Been talking about it forever, but I'm also a very very small creator that doesn't post very often, so makes sense it would take a while to catch on. But definitely a lot of people are playing at this league. The price is like for the ghastly eye jewels and shit. The price quadrupled this league compared to what it normally is. So I think quite a few people are playing. I will say, so you can buy these 40 maximum energy shield or 39 or whatever, and I think I was getting those for like 80 chaos or something instead of the minion damage ones, which are like 8 divine. It's fucking insane. What do we got on this map? -10 to all res, huh? It's not that bad. I'll probably go try the boss. -10 to all res and 180% increased effect and 41% monster damage. I mean, I'm probably fine. I just don't want to die again. I want to level up. That's a little bit rough, though. Yeah, this map was a lot better on the currency for sure. I never run this map. The only reason I'm running it is because of because I have a surplus of it, but I actually don't know like the best way to do this boss. I have very little experience in this map. I don't know if there's really a strategy to it. I mean, just deal damage and kill them, right? But it seems like after you kill one, they stay alive, so I don't know if there's a trick to it or not. This is generally a map I avoid like the plague, to be honest. Dude, Petrified needs to be nerfed so bad. That thing comes up so often for how long it freezes you for. It's insane. I want to run 16.5s. I actually like them a lot better. The only reason I'm not is because I wanted to roll these maps with the 100 again. Or not again, but I wanted to try the 100 and unfortunately the 16.5s are just a little bit too tough to hit with that because a lot of times they only roll 4 mods. So I assume it's going to be tough, although I haven't really tried. But I imagine it's going to be like fucking 2 Divine and Scours just to hit one. 16.5 cheap box setup. I made 20 div per hour. I did, yeah. I only set it for I think 2 hours though, so could be some variance. But I didn't include any of the lucky cards that I got. If I included those, it was about 28 between the 2 hours. Um, so yeah, but I was going very fast, so I was doing I want to say about 20 maps per hour, I think. Maybe more than that. I feel like I did a lot. I was going pretty quick. Cheap boxes in Fortress. Um, my guess would be because you spend so much time on the boss and that the zone is just a lot bigger. Because the reason you'd want to do it in 16.5s is because you can go like twice the speed as you can in Fortress, right? Like the idea is to open as many boxes per hour as you can. But in Fortress, I mean the map's got to take you like a while, I would imagine. 10 a map. 10 a map. What do you mean 10 a map? 10 boxes a map? Wasn't paying attention. I feel like I'm missing an abyss somewhere. I will call it good. 10 maps an hour? Yeah, see, it's not going to cut it. When you're trying to do the cheap box strat, you got to like zoom 20 maps an hour because you just have your boxes cut down so much. But if you do 20 maps an hour, then you're basically doing a containment, right? Just because like a containment, you're probably doing what, like 7 maps an hour with 35, 40 boxes per map. Or you can do 13 boxes per map at 20 maps an hour. You're kind of almost hitting a containment, but without the cost of containment. At least that was my thought process behind it. Another 6 divines. I really want to see it being higher than 6, to be honest. if I'm gonna roll the maps this extreme, which first one was 10, the second one was 8, but I feel like you can hit 10s and 8s without rolling the maps this extreme. I need to turn a fan on though, it's hot as hell in here. You're back in 2 seconds. Sorry, Miss, did you happen to see the ritual strat I posted? My initial results seem ridiculous. I just have to make a better build to do it. No, I didn't. I was actually waiting for you to send it, and I must have missed it. Um, where you at here? Yeah, I don't think your message went through, dude. Because the last thing I see from you is I saw a ritual vid, and then the next thing I see is plus all currency slash scare percent, of course. So I think it missed a message from you in between those two. But I'm definitely very curious about it. I'm very open to any new strat at this point that will even come close to this. And this build would be Are you posting a link? Because YouTube doesn't allow links to go through, which is why I might not be seeing it. Yeah, there's a YouTube link in it. Oh, okay. What's the title? What's the title of it? I'd have to search it like specifically. We'll take a look at it, see if it's a banger. I need to stream on Twitch. I know. I'm just fucking lazy. I was never a Twitch guy, man. I just never watched a lot of Twitch, so it's just more comfortable to go to YouTube for me. And I also kind of like the VODs better on YouTube, the way they do them. They're a lot cooler to me. And easily, like if I gotta watch a VOD, I never watch a VOD on Twitch. It's so annoying. I'd much rather watch a VOD on YouTube. I never really started this planning on making any money. It's more just a fun little thing to do. Even though I'm pretty sure Twitch does pay a little bit better. And probably helps exposure quite a bit better, but just aren't things I'm super concerned with, to be honest. Is it your video or is it somebody else's video? If it's your video, I'll watch it, but if it's somebody else's, I probably shouldn't do that. Unless it's like just quickly showing a tree or something like that. I don't want to watch like a whole random person's video though. YouTube kind of frowns upon that stuff. Just watch it off stream. Okay. Yeah, let me pull it up. Um, do you have the title? Titanic Blight from everything I did see. I watch everything that guy puts out. He's the guy that gave me the inspiration to start doing the Wisp Titanic Exile strategy. Like I pretty much in the video I made where I introduced the Wisp Scarab in that strategy, I basically got the entire strategy from him, and then all I changed was the Wisp Scarab, and it started dropping mirrors and Mage Blood. So that guy makes some cool shit. And I did try his Blight strategy. I don't love how he did it. Because I think he was just using 8-mon maps. And if I remember right, I could be wrong, but I think doing them on 16.5s, they looked actually pretty damn good. I had quite a bit of fun messing around with it. It was one of the things I tried off stream. But again, it just didn't really quite compare to Abyss. I mean, Abyss is just kind of the king right now. LLYD did a slight different version. Tested made over 30 div an hour, and his tree says scarabs. kind of mid in my opinion. LLYD, I don't think I know who that is. There's been a bunch of kind of random creators with pretty large followings that I had never heard of and I've just been seeing recently. But I did take a long time away from the game, so maybe they were there and just not playing when I showed up in 3.25 again. I want to say I took a good year and a half off the game. Let's see. LLYD ritual. That definitely did not work. I got some telephones on a beach. I'm assuming that's not it. Ron array. Yeah, I don't think that's pulling it up. Does rarity with Gravebind work? I can't tell you yes because some people are saying it doesn't, but I've done a good bit of playing around with it, and to me, I'm not taking it off. I think it works. However, the people that are saying it doesn't work, uh, I have a feeling they're using ranged specters because the thing with Gravebind is it's like a fucking super small radius, like probably the size of this little circle around me now, maybe even smaller. So if you're using a ranged mercenary that's like constantly standing over, here, and you're killing things here, then he's probably not getting the rarity at all. You're not benefiting. However, I'm using a melee merc, so he's like constantly right next to me. But I don't know. I was using it in Titanic Exiles yesterday, and then I took it off and I put 200% rarity on my character, and I saw literally the exact same uniques. So I'm pretty sure the rarity is working, but I cannot confirm. And I shouldn't have said that I can confirm. That was a mistake in the video. I just kind of rushed the video. It's always bad to say shit like that when you haven't done like extensive testing. But if you ask me, yes, it's working. If you ask some others, there's a debate. We'll just say that. So, cannot guarantee. However, I'm running it right now. I'm running tier 8 mod, tier 17s. I can run 4 risk scarabs if I want. My mercenary hasn't died yet tonight, so it's like, why not? Why not put it on there? At least that's how I feel about it. Obviously, since the range is small, you're not going to get a benefit out of every mob that you kill. But the goal with it is that, like, in this situation here, all these rare mobs, you should be getting it. Killing tier 17 bosses, you should be getting it. Like all the stuff where you're sitting at for a second with like rare monsters and stuff, you should be getting it. But most of your blue packs, you're not going to see anything from it. So I guess the simple answer, if you can put it on your character, then it's always better on your character. But if you like can't get it on your character and you're debating if you should put it on your merc, then just put it on your merc. Why not? I'm pretty sure you can still sell the rings and make profit off them if you miss. So I've been selling mine all the way up till today for anywhere from 5 to 15 divines. Whoa. Double Dragon's Heart. What is it worth these days? I feel like I can't really count that in my currency per hour here. His was like 4th vid in that list? Oh, really? Oh, I see it. Okay. This one here.
Hello guys, Lit here. So in Secret of the
All right, I'll check it out for sure. See if it's a banger or not. Dude, what is on this map? Oh, is it the poison? I lost my Oh, that was 3 fucking Volatile cores, that's not ideal. I lost my dude again. I didn't lose him for like the last 2 days. Even running exiles, I wasn't losing him. And today, I've just caught 2 deaths with him. That's super frustrating. How much was the triple slum? Triple slum. Oh, 80 divines. Yeah, this was expensive. Dude, it came up for two, and then he must have got spammed, or maybe he just raised it after I messaged him. But then he shot it straight up to 50, and I messaged him again. I was like, "Yeah, I'll buy for 50," and then he didn't respond for like 15 minutes, and I was like, "Dude, I'll buy for 80." And honestly, I would have spent 120, but I don't know. He mind games me pretty hard, so I spent 80 on it. Do you think 217 is still worth? We can only do map, not for the boss. Yeah, I think so. I don't even think the boss is that big of a deal. But I also I think 16.5s are just better. I think they're better because they're a little quicker. The layouts are easier to deal with. The boss is easier to kill, and the only reason I'm doing tier 17s is because I'm rolling 100% 100% currency and scarabs. So with the tier 16.5s, rolling that would be really tough since it doesn't always roll 6 mod. But if it wasn't for that, I'd be running 16.5s. I think they're better. Um, but anyways, to answer your question, yes, I think you can still run tier 17s and not kill the boss. I think it's totally fine. You make so much currency from this. Oh shit, I didn't mean to leave that guy's party. Yeah, I need to tell him everything. Didn't mean to leave misclick. Sorry. Using Maven chisels as well. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm testing a little bit right now. Is whether the scarab chisels are still worth it. Um, and I think they are. So far, I think they are. This guy dies again, dude. I'm fucking just running 10 regular specters. Not buying another one. I think it's the poison. You have access to if you're running this, you are struggling. If you're not running this jewel here, see what am I telling you, boys? These fucking rings, easy money. You know how long it took me to make this? Like fucking 2 minutes. It took me 2 minutes and 5 divine. Thanks. I made another one with it that missed, and that one cost me 5 divine to make, and I sold it for 6. It's like the easiest shit ever. Just fucking same way to the other ones, except instead of rarity, you do 2 resists and life, and then reflect. Free money. Recoms are the shit. If you guys haven't learned how to use them, you need to. I actually had no idea how to use them, really, honestly. I mean, I had an idea, but I wasn't very good at them. It wasn't until the Fresh League and recomming idols that I started to understand how good they were and started incorporating them into making my gear a hell of a lot more. Like, dude, these are monster rings, and I made them for free, basically. A couple exalted orbs and some alteration orbs, as well as the dust. The dust is a little annoying because you got to buy T0 uniques, but early in the league it was like 10 chaos for 2 million dust, so no big deal. Do I have a regex for the ring? You can make any ring you want. Um, you just go to the regex site, poe.re. Same one you use for your map mods, except you go to magic items, click match item if either prefix or suffix is found, select whatever you want to make, and then select the modifiers you want. I just picked tier 1 of everything. Copy that, and then put it in your search tab while you're alteration spamming. and it's very very easy to make triple affix items, like very easy. Four affix items are a little more annoying. Usually what you want to do is you want to make a triple affix item and then a double affix item and then slam those into each other. It's usually the easiest way to get it. And on the double affix, you use an affix that's the same as one of the triple ones, and then you introduce the new affix with it. And there's more accurate ways to do it with like weightings and shit, but I'm too lazy to learn all that. I'll leave that up to the mathematicians. I just fucking slam shit together like a monkey, and eventually it works. How about the bases where you get those? Filter blade. I go to my filter. Hold on. I think that's gonna show a password, but I should have already been signed in. Oh, it's because I'm signed in over here. You just go to your filter, go to customize. No, thank you. And then go down to jewelry if you want jewelry on. What is going on here? Oh, it signed me out again. What the hell? It's because I have three of them open for some reason. I have so many tabs open that I forget when I already have a filter open. Mm-mm. All right. But yeah, you just go down to if you want weapons and armors, you do weapons and armors, and you just like select through, click on rank B, turn everything to B, right? Turn everything to B, and then say I wanted to make some new warlock boots. Click on A, turn that to A, and then have rank A shown. And then you can go into that, make sure the eye level's high enough. But now my filter will just show me warlock boots. Same thing for jewelry. If you want rank A, sapphire rings, it's the only thing I have on. But you know, if I want to turn on more, I don't want Stygian devices on. Want to turn on more rings, like say bone rings, just turn it to rank A. Turn everything else to B, and then enable rank A, and then it'll only show the ones you select. And you'll find 10 fucking rings of map. Just keep buying Spirit of Fortune every time they die? No, honestly. But this is the most he's died in a really long time. I don't know why he's dying so much. Normally I go like a couple of nights without him dying. But if he dies again, like if he dies 2 times in a night, I just don't run him anymore for a bit until I feel like buying a couple more. Oh, I think I was talking about that earlier, but I forgot to finish. There's a poison thing that you can do here. I think he was dying to the poison potentially. He doesn't leech as well as the Wretched Defilers, so if you run into like heavy poison maps that have other nasty modifiers, I was running that for a bit before I got more Spectre levels to give them more life when they're a little more squishy because they were dying a lot on Chaos maps. But I do plenty of damage without him. I just prefer to have him. He's a Wrath Aura and he's also damage is lucky, so he's good to have. But especially if I'm running 16.5s and he dies, I don't even bother with him. I don't need that much damage. Endurance charges. Oh, Fizz is Chaos and Poison. Yeah, this is a really heavy Chaos map. Poison and Fizz is Chaos. Oh shit. It's the first one I've seen all league. Thank you so much for the clearance. Concise? Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's so powerful, man. Whoever doesn't know about it, I feel bad for him. I got the I played around with it a lot, making the idols in Frescia. Otherwise, I had really no idea how to use it efficiently. But once you learn how to use it, dude, you can craft so much fucking cool shit with it. Your build becomes far cheaper. And if you're a hideout guy, then you can make a lot off of it as well. Does you just keep buying Spirit of Fortune? No, no, no. My minions are reflect immune. They're reflect immune from the chest. Reduced reflected damage, and then the Soul of Yugal. I think he's just dying because his chaos resist is 20% right now, and I just did a poison fizzes extra chaos map. All right, let's take a look. It's the regex. 8 divines in that map, so probably about a six divine profit roughly. Yeah, seems to be an average of like, yeah, 5 to 7 with the Scarab Chisel. The Adorned. Oh shit. Is it void? I'm running this. What is this worth? Hold on. I'm running this right now. But not that it's not worth that much. Nobody's running the Adorned, bro. The Adorned is so sick. What is like a what's 100% right now? 320 divines? Yeah, we're running this right now. Absolutely no shot that. Wait, what is it even? Launch this can be damaged within 2 meters of the player. Three modifiers. Yeah, we're running that. I'm about to get 100% adorned. My odds are decent, right? 1 in 100. I've seen worse things happen while crafting, I believe. Your map doesn't affect it, does it? I don't think it should. Your Atlas. What's up, Stray Cat? How you doing, brother? Luckily, it's cheap to run. Yeah, well, that's why. So I didn't. The only thing I added to it was the wrist scarab. Um, early on, but somebody else had actually told me about the strat, and it was a viewer had told me, and I didn't want to make a video about it initially because I was like, well, it's not really my strat, and all I changed was the wrist scarabs. But the thing is, the scarabs. Oh shit! Hold up. Why didn't I leech there? The scarabs are so cheap that it's kind of like, yo, what is this map, bro? What's all this crazy shit in here? You should turn off your XP losses for these maps, dude. Okay, there's a shaper. Oh, it's got like the Veritani and shit. I just don't know what I'm a little worried about what stopped my healing. I didn't see the debuff that did it. Or my leeching. Want my map devices to have a guild version? I don't know if it has a guild version or not. I know there's 3 different colors that you can get. Holy shit, why does he hit so hard? That guy's a monster. There's so much going on in here. Oh, there's other bosses as well. I don't run these enough. Oh, he has 4 fucking... I don't want to be in a Wildwoods. Don't need to make this any harder than it already is. He's got 4 possessions on him. Need my mercenary to get on this guy, dude. There we go. If I fail this, I'm gambling at Dorns all night. It'll actually break my heart, knowing what could have been. I'm so fucking locked in right now. I think it was just that one boss with the 4 torments on him was just going insane. Looks like the rogue exiles are a little rough too, and there's a lot in there. Actually, more worried about losing a mercenary here more than anything. What in the fuck? Disperse. I don't know how many things there are there. I think we just got to go all in. Dude, it's just a fucking Adorn, bro. It's like 1 in 100 that's even good. Why is it so hard? Saw something over here. I assume I have to kill all the uniques, right? That's how I get my adorned. Oh shit. Wait, was it already ID'd? 51%. Fuck, dude. Get me out of here. Fuck. Doesn't recognize 51%. Let's try 45 to 55. Bring me like 50 chaos. 10, 15 chaos. Man. Uh, I'm really surprised. Those aren't. Why are they so cheap? Above average. Yeah, you're 100% right. Hold on. Is this like, this kind of seems like I should just be running these. Area contains the feared 100% reduced effect from curses. Dude, I kind of want to just like run these all night until I hit 100. I mean, a 300 div jackpot, or what was it, three or 400 div jackpot is pretty insane. This is a disgusting map. 100% delirious. Players' minions deal 10% less damage per item equipped by their master. What the fuck? Oh, these are all the same. Oh, these must be expensive. Okay, yeah. Once you get into like actually runnable ones. Oh, yeah, these are all cheap because of the equipped item shit. Okay, never mind. I thought I found something cool there. That would have been insane value at fucking 100 C a piece. Should we test the strongbox strategy again? I only did 2 tests. I kind of want to do another one to be sure. I need more 16.5, so I'm going to test it again though. But it was a pretty consistent 20 without luck. Dun, dun, dun. These things are these maps are kind of annoying to buy. Only because they're mixed in. They need their own section for it. Unless have they added one yet? Originator Dunes. I don't want to buy ones that are specific because they're like twice the price if you want a specific map. You just want randoms. And you just roll them into Canyon and get them at half price. Yeah, they need their own section for these though. I might have enough. Probably have enough through just the random ones I picked up, I bet. I probably shouldn't put them into my map tab. I'm just now realizing this. I've been buying them in bulk and not even using my own. Yeah, this is definitely enough to do an hour's worth of cheap strong box. Oh shit, I haven't read chat for a minute. I was all focused on that Adorn map there. Tried the strat last night on my slammer. Seems really strong. Clicking the horde sucks though. Has me considering reeling caster. Yeah, you got to do it. I self-clicked them too for a while because I didn't have the points to give up for the caster mastery. But yeah, it's a hell of a lot better with the caster mastery. I mean, I'm not running any attack speed or cast speed though. I don't think. Let me think. Um, yeah, I don't think I have any cast speed at all, and I'm just running Unearth. Unearth just casts fast. It's gonna make all my minions run to it, so you can't see. But you could try just like throwing Unearth in and seeing if it works for you. Link it with faster casting if you have the enough slots open, and then if you can get over the caster mastery, could do the trick for you. Map projects does it look for pack size? No, it doesn't look for pack size at all. Um, Pack size is not something you need for the hordes, but I mean you could include pack size in there. You just have to add it the same way as I added the other ones. I see your Basilica onto Canyon and Horizon. Yeah, I did. I finally did Basilica too. When I was doing the Titanic Exiles yesterday, I ran it on Basilica. I think I'm saying that right, but yeah, I finally got the scribe. It definitely seems like the best scribe for sure. And the card's gonna hold value the whole time because the Mirror Shard will just keep going up in value. All right, so I think when I was running these yesterday to get this 20 per hour, I was still doing um my normal one, scarabs or currency, and then I just did regular chisels. Yep, and I'll probably have to get like 20 ready. I should be good with reflect. I haven't lost my mercenary to it yet. Oh, where are all my alks at? Probably in a tab somewhere. Oh, these are white still. What am I thinking right now? Holy shit. You definitely don't need to transmute these. Long day at work, I guess. A little fried. I mean, honestly, it's a cheap strongbox strategy. I really don't think the map mods matter at all. Maps are super easy to do. I need to go pick up like a whole quad tab of these though. I just don't feel like sitting in camping Discord while streaming. I got there almost. Should be able to clear 20 in an hour pretty easily, I would think. Maybe even a little more than that. Could also be better just to do 8 mod tier 16s while doing this. I don't really know. Seems kind of tough to give up currency and scarab rolls if you can, though, for cheap. I think about Aegis Aurora setup. That should be okay. I used Aegis Aurora a lot. Yeah, it was Aegis Aurora is really strong. You just got to make sure you have a shit ton of armor for it, or else it's kind of worthless. But it makes your boots a lot easier to craft because you don't have to put the max fire res on them. You just go Purity of Ice and Cold Flask instead. Also gives you 90 all res instead of 89. It's really annoying that these only roll. They don't roll max mods. What are we at there? Take like 3 more. Thoughts on Exalt slamming maps? Yeah, 100% Exalt slam the maps. 100%. Definitely don't think you need to deli orb the cheap strong boxes though. That I will skip. Dude, this is horrible to do with like 20 maps. There we go. All right, 21 maps ready to go. Just do basic chisels, I think. Need to open up a quad tab too. You ended up saving quite a bit of money on your mirror by slow buying a million 7 years cards. I can see that. You definitely see that. I'm I would be I would make way more mirrors than I do every league if I actually tried. I'm someone that just doesn't give a shit about my currency at all, to be honest though. I burn it a lot on nonsense all the time. Just save up enough divines for the mirror. All right. Put in maps, fragments, currency, and divination cards. And then I need, yeah, about that many. D3 potency, 1 discernment, 3 ambush. Good old cheap box strat. Still don't know about these red altars yet. Gotta get a timer going. Should be fancy and actually find like a real one to put on stream, but then I'd have to figure out how to do that. Were you running double risk into abyss still, or 3 risk now? I'm running double. Oh shit, this map doesn't count. Hold on, I didn't even change my shit, dude. Make sure it's good. Yeah, it looks good. I died to what? All right, I'm gonna restart. This whole thing's scrapped. I'm just running 2 risk scarabs. Where would you put in the where would you put in the other one? Removing an abyss, I guess. I could see that actually. I could see that being pretty dang good. I don't think I really want caster mastery for this. Seems cool, but more often than not with strong boxes, it just fucking makes me sit around waiting casting. It's easier just to click it, honestly. This map is pretty cool with containment though. They all land in the bottom. If you're running caster mastery, you can open like 20 boxes at once. It's kind of badass. Starting off strong. I need to learn the visual of these pedals, so I don't have to read them every time. There are some really good ones. I don't think really for strong boxes, but for some strategies for sure. So I'm making Abyss with this build and got do no damage for 3 seconds. It means have reduced attack and cast speed. Yeah, that sounds like a rough one. I mean, you can still clear it, but it's definitely a bit of an annoying map. Getting it with the minions dealing no damage is that's rough. Also very rare, but possible. I'm not even sure if it's worth clicking the altars. Like obviously it is, but I just like reading them. I feel like I want to get out of the map more than I want to sit there and read the altars. Probably being a new map by the time you read them. You're just gonna get so little value out of them on average, only opening 13 boxes. We tried All Flame Kelmark? Yeah, I did. Um, like that farm especially, you need to be using the petals. Um, because it's not like super insane currency with how expensive it is. What is it, like 300 chaos or some shit last I looked? It's pretty expensive. However, if you get the petals that revive fallen enemies, then that would be a really good map. But I was pulling like 7 divines and scarabs out of it. 7 to 8. It was very strong. Just expensive. No, that was like on a good map. Some might only get 3, which is where I was like, I don't know about the strat. This kind of takes a while to do for potentially not even making currency. Seemed like it'd probably average around 20. Need high rarity for T0 luck. Oh, is that where the T0 farm is coming from? All those fucking blue packs that you kill there. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where all the uniques are coming from because some people just have hordes of them. And I think some are bots, so that makes sense, but there are some that are players as well. And if you go look at TFT, the in the other section, there's the blood-filled giant Titanic Exiles, which I was trying it. The thing with it though is like, there's a lot of trust in people actually selling you the amount of gigantic exiles that they say are in there. And I've run a lot of gigantic or Titanic exiles. It's not that easy to count them every time. I don't really trust the amount of no-name people on TFT telling me there's 3 in there. And they charge like a divine per exile they have in there, so the prices are just like insane. What's that? Dude, I love the little map holder, man. It's so good. Talking about the T0 unique one? Oh. Oh, the betrayal one. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was thinking the scarab one. I did that one as well. It seemed like a bad pandemonium farm to me, but I only tried it for a couple of maps, so I don't know how good it actually is or like what the best setup would be for it. What are these maps going for? When I was doing this, they were only 20 chaos apiece. The last time I bought maps was a few days ago, so that would heavily cut into this if they gotten up in that, since then. Because there are a lot of maps where you just don't really get shit out of it. Summons for Channel Uniques. Yeah, I tried it a little bit. It didn't seem that good to me, but I definitely saw the potential in it. I think I just have to do better with my a better setup than what I did because they weren't dropping enough for me to feel like it was gonna drop me a Mage Blood anytime soon. Oh, is this the reduced? Yeah, this shit's so annoying, dude. Oh, I'm so dumb. I forgot to exalt these. I gotta do that. Just gonna hunt down the Arcanus and Diviners and get out of this map. It's not even the cast speed attack speed like it is. Obviously, it's really bad, but it's the movement speed that kills them more than anything. You need to place them far away because Wretched Defilers like to run away before they attack, and so they just like take forever to get into position to attack. Yeah, I bricked this test a little bit by not exalting. It's calculated in like 1.5 exalts per map. I think that's usually about what it is. Worst mod for your minions? Well, I think for like any build, honestly, is this rare and unique monsters remove 9% of life. That shit is so brutal against some mobs. I actually thought it was all monsters. I didn't realize it was just rare and uniques, but still some rares hit so fast on like your mercenary. My minions don't usually have a problem because they block a lot of hits, but the mercenary doesn't block shit. Sometimes you can't leech in time. Had some pretty bad luck on diviners and ambushes so far. I think a couple of these maps have had literally zero. These are worth like a lot still, right? A few chaos. Now we're getting there. I don't really know how much you really need to run scarabs. I don't know. I'm picking up quite a few scarabs, and I got the Voidborn, so it's probably worth it to roll them. Is Lightning Coil worth anything? Nope. Have you tried the unique farm at all yet, Slick Rick? With that scarab? There's a handful of things I saw a lot of potential in that I need more testing on, but I was kind of just like shotgun testing when I did most of my testing, and I tried like a couple of things. I like, yeah, maybe it has some potential, but I didn't go super deep into anything. Yeah, I mean, a friend been doing it. How's it been going for you? 8 mod originators, really? How are you getting your 8 mods? I keep hearing about these 8 mods, dude, and like they sound great, but whenever I try to farm them in tier 17, I like barely see like one per map. 15 T0s between you guys and 45 maps. That's pretty good. That's actually kind of insanely good, actually. Really. Box almost fucking deleted me with this minus defenses. Because your maps, those maps can't take you very long, right? Like maybe 5 minutes each. So that actually sounds like a pretty good deal. Maybe I'll try it a little bit more. Yo yo, what up, brother? Just messing around on some cheap scarab strats. Seeing if it's still 20 div an hour. It's looking about like it was last time. I mean, a lot of maps don't really pay shit, and then you get a couple of divine drops. Each map probably cost me like 50 chaos, I would guess. Include the exalted orb, maybe 60. So you don't really need to hit much to turn a profit. Also picking up just like a lot of little scarabs here and there that are helping cushion the value while I wait for the good cards and divine dupes and whatnot. I need to put my omen back on though. I didn't check for any mods. So I have no idea what I'm walking into. As long as it rolled scarabs or currency, I took it. Another nameless seer. Garbage. Just do Titanic, Titanic Legend, 2x Colomac, and 1 All Flame Betrayal. Oh, okay. So I pretty much did that, except I did it risk instead of two of the Colomacs. I only did 1 Colomac. You think that's better, huh? To run 2 of them. You get significantly more Betrayal guys when you do that. Dude, volatile cores are insane. I can take 1, maybe 2, but certainly not 3 stacked up like that. What is it? Contagion. I've never found a good one of those in my life, dude. There's so many randoms they can be. Figured out how to fame 8 mod originators when you do the Abyss strat. Replace 1 risk with 8 mod map drops and 1 Abyss with escalation. Then run maps with 200% map drops and get 3 to 4, 3 to 5 maps per run. Really? Hold on, I gotta fucking screenshot that. Actually, I could just copy it. I'll have to play around with that. So I assume you only run that setup for a bit just to get like enough maps built up, and then you go back to the original one, and you run it in tier 17 would be my guess, or are you running all of it in tier 16.5s? That sounds like you over sustain, which is kind of sick, and then you can run like some really juicy abysses after. You don't need anything special on the what do you call it? The map device, do you? Damn it. Let me in. Might have to roll it again. Mr. Filers might have to roll it again. Yeah, dude, they're so good. Especially this league. You do a lot cooler things with it now that you don't have to wear these chest armor. Oh, pause the timer. Got deleted. Got deleted so hard it closed my game. Oh, it really closed my game. All 16.5s, it drops insane loot anyways. So I just run that. No, just Abyss? Okay. Because I was looking at some things on the passage tree, because when I was trying to farm the T 16.5s, they just, I don't know, dude, they just never drop. But if you're dropping 3 to 4 per map, that's kind of cracked. And then you just build up a surplus, and then you can just run like the original double risk. Yeah, I see that. That's pretty cool. All right, I'll mess with it. Give it a go. I really want to play more around with these Titanic Exiles and stuff. What's going on here? So my game just deleted. Give it a second, I guess. What are we, 8 maps in? Divine per map. And what are the oops, what was that, 20 minutes? What are the what is it, like 30C per map? Unless they haven't gone up, have they? The memory maps? Dude, my whole computer's just fucking dying now. That was a hell of a crash. Probably warrants a restart, I guess. But if you mass 450% currency and a lot of them with 250 plus, really. Yeah, I've heard when they drop corrupted, they only can roll tier 17 mods, so like, you know, all your tier 17 mods are currency or scarab scaling. So that's pretty disgusting. I think I really bricked my computer with that crash, dude. Can't even open the calculator. That seems about average. I only ran 8 for 11 divine profit. What's what are they, like 30C each? Scarabs are 10. Probably like 25C each, I would guess. There's clear on this. 30 plus 25. And then I guess 24 chaos for the exalted orbs sounds about right. Somewhere around 80C a map. And we've made 11 out of 8 maps. So I mean, yeah, you got like, yeah, it's almost a divine profit per map. That sounds about right. That sounds about right to what I was getting. I think cheap Strongbox is about 20 divine on average without luck, and then eventually you're gonna hit, you know, your divine gift or your um fucking apothecaries or whatever. You're opening almost as many Strongboxes, if not the same amount, as you are with containment. You're just not paying that absurd price. So, yeah, if you're looking for a fun Strongbox strategy, I think you can just gig of speed blast, cheap containment. It's basically the same thing. But I think I'm bricked here. I think my computer shut down. I'm gonna have to restart, so I'll probably just call it a night. So I can't open Path of Exile or any other program, so may only run one copy at a time, and they're all closed. Yeah, I think I'm cooked here. Well, I guess that's it. Shut her down for the night. Go eat some dinner, anyways. But yeah, cheap ambush. You are welcome, Haley. I don't ever see you type. I just see you comment on videos. Good to see you. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all next time. I'm going to cut it a little early because my computer died. So I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.